Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Friday, Erev Shabbat Nasso. There's a very interesting pasuk in this week's parasha, which has so many halachot about the Nazir, about the Sotah, about other things. And the pasuk in the 5th chapter of Bamidbar, pasuk 6 and 7, I quote, Daber el Bnei Israel, speak to Bnei Israel, Ish o Isha, ki ya'asu mikol chatot ha'adam. When a man or woman makes any wrong towards another person, or mal ba'Hashem, breaking the faith with Hashem. Ve'ashma hanefeshai. This person realizes his mistake. V'yitvadu et chatatam asher asu. Ve'eshiv et hashamo beroshu. That person shall confess the wrong that he or she has done and make restitution of the principal amount that he stole, etc. So we're talking here basically about somebody who is stealing, somebody who stole. Immediately it says, Vitvadu et chatatam. They have to do vidui. Well, this is a great question, is that vidui, confession, is something that you do about everything. It's not necessarily only about when a person steals something. So why is it specifically on this topic that the Torah says that you have to confess immediately? The other pesukim, generally speaking, you just have you do an avera, it's but not specifically about stealing. On the subject of stealing, it says immediately you have to confess, as if confession would be tailor-made for stealing more than other averot. So my daughter actually learned in seminary this question, and she gave me the answer that her teacher gave her. The answer was a very interesting one. Is that we come to the world with a toolbox with our talents, our potentials, our tools that we could use to succeed in the mission we're given. And when a person uses any of those tools, any of those strengths, these energies, these talents for the wrong purpose, it's as if the person is stealing from that toolbox. See, that toolbox was given for a purpose. If I use it for something else, it's as if I'm stealing from that. And hence, when the Torah says you have to do vidui when you steal something, it really comes to tell you in the whole Torah, you have to do vidui, you have to confess, because anytime you use your body, your intellect, your talents for something that is not supposed to be, you are kind of stealing from that toolbox that Hashem gave you for a specific purpose. I find this explanation to be very beautiful. That's why you do vidui on everything. You confess for anything. Because really, anytime you do something wrong, you are stealing from that toolbox. I think this is a very interesting perspective. However, when I was discussing with her, I said, I see something different maybe here. And I would like to share it with you. What I see it is that actually that toolbox that we have is ours to do whatever we please with it. Although in Kabbalah, the concept of Chilul Hashem is emptying the presence of Hashem. When I do an action that is not according to the ways Hashem wants, without going into this subject, it's actually the opposite. This toolbox is mine. I have the right to do whatever I want with it. As long as I'm alive and Hashem has patience, He gave me the luxury of using that toolbox for good or bad. You have to choose the good. But at the end, it's my choice to pick one or the other. I am not a thief. This belongs to me. But maybe here the Torah is telling us that when you do steal from someone else, it could be the worst sin. Because as long as I'm using my own box, my own tools, my own life that was given to me to serve God or to do the opposite, at least I'm embracing who I am and what box was given to me, what potential was given to me. I'm not looking somewhere else. I'm focusing on my toolbox. Sometimes I use it for good, sometimes I use it for bad. But there's only one case where I'm not only using my toolbox for the negative, but I'm actually looking for someone else's toolbox. I'm trying to get something that does not belong to me, because I don't feel that I have enough with my toolbox. So I'm looking somewhere else and I steal from someone else. Now, this is attacking the sacred toolbox that was given to me. As long as I'm using my own tools, I'm embracing who I am and I'm trying to do the best with what I have. And sometimes it's a success, sometimes it could be a disaster. But at least I'm embracing who I am and trying to find a solution within me. When I start looking outside and I need to make changes in the box, that means that the unhappiness that I have is so deep that not only am I trying to use all my talents and my potentials to succeed, but I'm trying to change those because I'm so unhappy that I think that by changing that, I will succeed. This is the time that we have to do vidui. This is the time when the Torah tells you, confess right now. Because this is worse in a sense than everything else. At least in the other cases, I'm not trying to change the game. I am who I am, and I'm using it for the better, or trying to at least. When I'm trying to change myself, what I own, what I have, and who I am, by looking outside and trying to get someone else's property, the Torah says, make a confession immediately, because this could be worse than everything else. At least in the other cases, you're using what has been given to you for the service or the disservice. But at least you're not looking outside of you. Now that you're trying to get someone else's property, this could be even worse. I feel that this message is so important for today. In this society, when people are always trying to find outside of them for the solution, people are so unhappy with the toolbox that they were given that sometimes they try to change it. They try to change who they are. We all know about these things. They would change completely their identity because they cannot find happiness within themselves. This is extremely negative. By embracing who we are and trying to develop the best product with our tools, with our potentials, with our talents, with our abilities, that makes us the happiest people. When we want to change the game, we want to change the players, we want to change such basic things as who I am, what identity do I have, what religion do I have, what gender I am, and things like this. I am underlining such an unhappiness to the root that I need to change everything. The Torah tells you, when you go outside of your toolbox, you have to confess immediately, because this could be the worst thing. Let's use our potentials to make the best version of ourselves. Shabbat Shalom.